All right, so we're in the Supra. We have Draggy set up. Let's see how fast this car is from 0 to 60 with its stock power. All right, so according to Draggy, we got 4.33 seconds for the first run. I honestly don't think that the tires were warm enough, so we'll give it another shot. I also had traction completely turned off, and weirdly enough, I cannot use launch control after I got the DME unlocked. That's right, I did send this DME overseas to get unlocked, and I lost launch control for whatever reason. If I try to activate it, it just sits there and does a burnout. So we'll give it another shot now that the tires should be a little bit warmer, because I got quite a bit of wheel spin. That one's actually a lot better, 4.21 seconds. So for those of you guys wondering, I am using a device called Draggy along with their companion app right here that you can download on the App Store. Performance tracker, essentially, if you're trying to get a 0 to 60 time like I was just doing, quarter mile, 60 to 130. This connects to like various satellites and gets this information, so you know it's legit. It's very reputable in the car community. I'll show you like the density, altitude, the elevation, how hot it is outside. You can see that information up here, and they'll tell you if it's valid or not. So if you try to dupe the system and try to go downhill, it won't mark it as valid, meaning you can't post it on the leaderboards, which is also available on the app. We've actually had Draggy on the website for a while now. I don't think I've ever really promoted it to you guys, so here's the plug. We sell these, we got plenty in stock. I'll leave a link down in the video's description. Works for any car, and it's very easy to use, and it's totally free. There's like no subscription plan. And again, you got these leaderboards, which is really cool. You get to compete with people from all over the world. Like I mentioned earlier, the DME for the Supra is now unlocked, so now we can tune it. It was like the last puzzle piece, so we can make big power with the car. We already have this massive turbo kit that we want to install, but we needed the DME to be unlocked. We used a company called Euro Performance Tuning. He flies all the way to Finland, delivers it to a company called Fenmo. I guess that's the company that unlocks these ECUs for modern BMWs that you can tune. He brings it back for a flat fee, and then you're good to go. But before we install the big turbo kit, I wanted to see how much power we can get out of the stock turbo that we have on the B58. More accessible, and anybody can do it from their house, and it's relatively affordable. I already showed you guys the fastest 0 to 60 time I can get with the stock tune, 4.21 seconds. I guess it's fair for me to mention that I do have an aftermarket downpipe, so that can probably add like 10 to 15 horsepower. So if you have a totally completely stock B58 Gen 2, the time may vary depending on the weather, the road, obviously driver skill and stuff like that. So it's very simple to do. We'll use this wireless adapter from MHD, plug it into the car's OBD port, which is underneath the dashboard for this car, and it's very simple tune. We do offer the new universal adapter from MHD as well. We had plenty in stock, and then I made a video, and then you guys wiped out all the inventory I had.
Thank you very much.
We're supposed to get more here in the next 2 days or so, so we'll have plenty in stock, and I'll also link these down in the video's description. You do get a few options here before you tune the car, like burbles and startup raw. Sport cooling mode for intercooler, I have that checked on. I'm gonna go ahead and skip stage 1 and go straight to stage 2 because we want the sauce. Plus, stage 1 is for unmodified cars. Stage 2 is for cars that have an aftermarket downpipe like I have. So we'll do 93 octane first and see what numbers we get with that, and then we'll do E40. Last thing you need to do is press here where it says Map Right Fenmo, which is a company that unlocked the DME. And look how fast it tunes the car. It's unbelievable. It's like less than 20 seconds and your car's tuned. Unbelievable. All right, now we just gotta wait for 30 seconds and then we'll start up the car. I think we have time today. We'll take the car to the dyno as well. You guys already know how much power the car made stock. So maybe we'll take it at the dyno once we have the stage 2 E40 map onto the car and see how much power we can get out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and drive the car a little bit so just so I can adapt to the new tune, and then we'll do a 60 to 130. The car sounds so good. The FI exhaust is just, it's too good. Oh my God. That car definitely feels a lot saucier with the stage 2 tune. Yeah, let's see what she got. Woo! 3.89 seconds. And we got a good amount of wheel spin too. So we were able to shave off, what, 3.30 seconds? Not bad for the first shot. Let's go ahead and try that again. All right, let's see. So this is not typically the E85 I use in the car, but sadly my go-to doesn't have E85, so I'm trying out racetrack today. I've heard their ethanol content's pretty good. I don't have an ethanol analyzer equipped on the Supra, so we're about to find out. So I put about 6 gallons of E85, which assuming if this is at least E80, that should be an E40 blend. Of course, once I fill up the rest of the car with 93. All right, so we'll do stage 2, E40 blend, and we'll flash the car. Look how fast it is, guys. That's so unreal. All right, she's ready to go. What we'll do is drive it around, make sure that it adapts properly and the fuel mix is right. We'll do the 0 to 60 and we'll take the car to the dyno and see how much power it makes compared to stock. All right, so it's the next day and I gotta say, I was driving this car home yesterday and testing out the E40 map. It is super, super saucy, guys. Check this out. Oh my God. It is so saucy. I'm curious to see if it's gonna be too saucy for a 0 to 60 time. I know I got 305 tires, but I guess we'll see. All right, let's see what this tune is all about. That was a whole lot of wheel spin. I got 4.08 seconds. All right, I'm gonna give it a second shot now that the tires are warm, but it spun all through first and second, of course. So I was hoping that I can at least hook in second, but that wasn't the case. It's so much faster with the E40 compared to the stage 2 93 octane, which I was able to put down like most of the power. E40 I just can't, so traction is an issue and I don't have the option to do boost by gear or anything like that, so kind of have to go with what I have, and that's me brake boosting only 1,000 RPM. That last one was what, 3.89 seconds. It's not terrible, it's pretty good, but if I can put some power down, you know, maybe if I had some R888s or something like that, I'd get some better numbers. We made it to the dyno. Good frame strain here from Eurocharge. Was nice enough to stay after hours to see how much power this car makes. Hopefully we get some decent numbers with the E40 map, and then after that, you know, it's time for the big turbo and see how much power we can get out of that setup. For those of you guys that didn't catch the coolant upgrade video, I'm gonna take this beauty cover off so you guys can see the charge cooler from CSF. I know a lot of you guys don't even know I have this installed onto the Supra, but it's a badass upgrade. I combined it with both auxiliary radiators, the transmission cooler, and the heat exchanger, all from CSF. So it should really help me with power as far as, you know, sustaining power long term when really getting on it for an extended amount of time. But yeah, look how good it looks. Of course, I gotta kind of clear some of the stuff. I've heard you can do like this evap system, I think it's what it is. I think you can tuck it underneath or retrofit it or something like that. I'm not sure. I need to find out. And then I'll cut the beauty cover, a portion of it on the right hand side so we can see this beautiful thing, which matches the Titan 7 wheels that I have in Techna Bronze. So I wanted to show you guys the dyno graph when the car was dynoed in stock form with the stock downpipe, no tune. 378 horsepower to the wheel and 403 torque. Here's what the graph looks like. Let's see if we can get to 500 wheel horsepower. Dyno Jet is the dyno we're using, and here's the correction factor right here, standard. All right, so let me show you guys the results of the first pull. Keep in mind the IATs are pretty high because we're trying to calibrate the dyno and the car. We got 444 horsepower to the wheel, and check out the torque, 519. So I gained over 100 torque, and it gained around, what, let's just say 75 horsepower around there. That's pretty sweet. That's with the intake temperatures, I think, at 120 degrees. We're letting the Supra cool down for a little bit here, get those temperatures to drop a little bit, and then we'll go for a second run. So here's that second pull, 450 horsepower, so we gained about 9 horsepower to the wheel. And as far as torque, we lost about 5, so 514. And here's what that graph looks like right there. All right, so we're doing one more pull before we call it a night. I'm gonna run a log for this one just to see if I can see some of the parameters and IATs and stuff like that. All right guys, so here is the last pull. 453 horsepower to the wheel and probably the most torque that we've gotten so far, 521. And here's what the graph looks like. Let me show you guys the data log now. Here's the thing, we didn't have a proper fan setup at the dyno, which is probably why the intake temperatures were relatively high. That said, I didn't think it impacted power that much, but because I was curious, I decided to come back the next day, and this time with better fans. And as you can tell, the IATs were much better. But the weird thing is that we still made the same power as last night. We've been dynoing the car in 5th gear, but decided to switch it up this time. We recalibrated the dyno and decided to do a run in 6th gear. And that made a difference. 472 horsepower and a whopping 577 torque. This is on an OTS map. Unreal. Went ahead and graphed the data log for that gear 6. 109 IATs across the entire RPM range. And as far as boost, we peaked at around 21.9, I believe. Around the same amount of boost as 5th gear, just more load, 1-to-1 ratio, made more power. So the next time you guys see the Supra, we're gonna be installing the big single turbo kit. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure and do that. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, it really does help out the channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Until next time.